The car was heading toward Elena's mansion, while the two of them sat silently in the backseat. Suddenly, Lily remembered that Elena had been shot in her left shoulder. She slowly looked at her and swallowed hard. Elena's clothes and skin were soaked in blood, and as it had dried, it looked increasingly gruesome. Gathering some courage, Lily finally spoke. Elena, please at least bandage your wound. Leaving an injury open like this isn't right." But there was no response from Elena. Lily tried again, but Elena continued to sit there with her head lowered. The car reached the mansion. Elena stepped out and went straight to her room. Lily followed her and instructed Karina to call the doctor. Karina obeyed and called the doctor, while Lily entered Elena's bedroom behind her. She found Elena seated on her office chair. Lily hurried to the washroom and returned with a towel and a bowl of warm water. She dipped the towel into the water and was about to place it on Elena's skin when Elena said firmly, "Stay away from me." Lily looked at her innocently, her words piercing her fragile heart. I will leave, Jay, just once you freshen up. Otherwise it can cause an infection," Lily finished, fumbling over her words, her voice sounding just as broken and wounded as her heart. Elena glared at her and said, "Did you listen to me when I told you something that you expect me to listen to you now? You know what, Lily? Just get out. I don't even want to see your face." Elena declared this, yet Lily did not move. Trying to avoid her, Elena stood up herself and was about to leave when Lily held her hand. She turned toward Elena, who was looking away, and spoke with great difficulty. I know that because of me you were hurt deeply, and I am extremely ashamed of that, Elena. But please don't turn your eyes away from me. When you don't talk to me, I don't know why, but it starts to feel suffocating. I'm not saying that you shouldn't punish me, Jay, just please don't turn away from me like this, Elena. I feel suffocated, very suffocated, please." Tears streamed from Lily's eyes onto Elena's skin. When Elena turned to look at her, she saw guilt and pain reflected in Lily's eyes. Her innocent heart skipped a beat, but she still wasn't convinced. She took a few steps back and, pulling her hand away from Lily's grasp, started to leave again. "Elena, please," Lily pleaded. Elena stopped and slowly turned around. At that moment, her face held no expression at all as she stared blankly at Lily. Lily searched her face for answers, but couldn't understand what Elena was holding inside. "Say whatever is in your heart," Lily said, breaking the silence. Elena gave a faint smile and murmured, "You won't understand, Lily. If you couldn't understand the love hidden behind my anger, how will you ever understand my words? And it's not your fault either, but when. She began to fumble, lowered her gaze slowly, and continued. "When I say something, there is always a reason behind it." "Elena, Lily tried to speak, but Elena suddenly looked straight into her eyes. Elena's eyes were filled with tears of pain, and thoughts of detachment still haunted her. She looked miserable and weak, and with a heavy thud, she collapsed onto the floor. Lily stood numbly, watching the evil queen, known for her dominance and unshakable confidence, shatter into pieces right before her eyes. I don't have anyone, Lily," Elena fumbled, biting her lower lip hard in a desperate attempt to swallow her painful moans so Lily wouldn't hear them. "Who knows? What sins, what terrible crimes I must have committed that everyone leaves me. First Mom, then Dad. I was only 7 years old." By now, Elena was completely drained. She braced both hands on the floor, her upper body involuntarily tilting forward. Lily could hear the sobs and see that Elena was trying with all her might to speak between them, but failing miserably. Her condition grew worse and worse until, on pure reflex, Lily rushed to her. Dropping to her knees, she gently gripped Karishma by the shoulders. "Shhh, Elena, don't cry," she whispered, softly rubbing her upper arms. A fragile, broken Elena looked up at her, and with great difficulty, mumbled. "In this society, if the rape of a 9-year-old girl is considered normal, then why isn't it normal for someone to become the death of those monsters and destroy them?" Lily stared at her, completely lost. She couldn't understand what Elena was referring to, but one thing was painfully clear. Elena carried a very dark past. Elena weakly rested her head on Lily's shoulder and continued in a trembling, unsteady voice. No one chooses the wrong path willingly, Lily. The world leaves them with no other option. Destiny has always played cruel games with me, but not anymore. No matter what happens, I will not let you go away from me. And if that day ever comes, I would rather end myself than live through it. Saying this, Elena wrapped her arms tightly around Lily and held on until exhaustion finally pulled her into sleep. Lily felt the full weight of Elena's body slump against her. She looked down at her. Her face still looked terrible, streaked with fresh blood marks. Carefully, mindful of the wounded left hand, Lily lifted Elena in her arms and gently laid her on the bed. She gazed at her with sorrowful eyes and whispered, "In my eyes, you are not a bad person, Elena. But my perspective doesn't matter. Because duty doesn't see feelings.